look at what I can do there. Look at what I just did. Oh, that's nice. That's better. Okay, offline it says. I'm not buying it, though. 0 viewers. 0 viewers. Oh, 2 viewers. Okay, there we go. Cool. Hello to my 2 viewers. Hey, Teresa. Gets the first one in there. Amy Nelson, hello. Hey, Nick. Hey, you guys, we're still live. I see. That's good. Kathy, hello. Good. Good morning. Kevin, hello. Went for a little hike with Rogan this morning. I must have all kinds of wildlife crawling over my yard, man, at night. He goes crazy smelling all these things. I think I might put my hair back today. Hey, Trina, Kevin, Steve, Aaron, Steve running, Phil, Daryl. No cigarettes? Right on, buddy. I support you 100%, man. I'll do a bong rip for you for not smoking cigarettes, man. Here, I'm going to do a nice clean bong rip for you. Let me clean this bowl out. I'm excited, man. You just made my morning. Dude, that means so much to me. Daryl, yes. Thank you. Hey, Patrick. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Debbie. Patricia. Pro. Teresa. Good morning, all of you. Rogan started that this morning, like he ate something, he was going to throw it up. So I ran over to the paper towels, and I grabbed a couple paper towels, you know, and I put it right underneath him. He threw up right into the paper towels. I was like, good doggy. No mess on the floor today. High five for quitting. Bro, you deserve your very own bong rip. Here it is. This is for you. I am so proud of anybody that quit smoking those fucking cancer sticks. You know, we call them cancer sticks. We need to call them idiot sticks. I'm so glad that you quit those fucking idiot sticks. Because you got to be an idiot to fucking smoke them. I mean, it's not like it tastes good, guys. It doesn't taste good. You know, try cannabis. That has a good flavor to it. Ugh. Not even taste good. That was the thing when I was younger. I didn't even understand about beer. I'm like, ugh, it doesn't even taste good. What do you think, you're cool because you're drinking something that tastes like fucking piss? God damn, this is disgusting. Who got COVID? Wiped out 3 of the 4 people that got infected from it, all under 55 years old. No, it's horrible, Aaron. That's why y'all need to be take the shit more seriously, you know? What you hear on the news, what you hear from your friends, what you see on your Facebook feeds, that's not necessarily what's really going on. So you guys start taking the shit seriously, be vigilant, and then you don't have to worry about it. Be like me. I'm staying in my fucking house, man. I'm all shored up, man. I got everything here I need. I don't need to go anywhere. I got food in here. I really have food in this house for a year. I do. I don't have to go anywhere. I got water. I got food. You know, be like me. Be self-sufficient and be able to be off-grid for a little bit. Part of my left lung in 2011. Right on, Teresa. All right, Daryl, this bong rip is for you. Happy 420, Daryl. Congratulations on those cigarettes. Thanks, Daryl. That was for you. Hey, Carrie! Carrie Ann Petrosky, I want you to see what I keep right here, Carrie. Forever my friend from Carrie Ann Petrosky. See that? I keep it right there in my on my cabinet here where all my things are. And I was wondering when you were going to show up again in my show so I could show that to you. Show you it's right here. Yes, Carrie sent us a gift a while back. It's nice. Puff, puff, and hurrah for off-grid. Right, John? Puff, puff, and hurrah. Smoke along with Nay. We got a good shout-out yesterday on the Jimmy Dore Show. I did a super chat, a $10 super chat, and Steph read the whole thing. I had a typo in it. At the end, it was supposed to say heart, Jimmy and Steph, and it just said you. It was supposed to be heart, you, Jimmy and Steph, and the heart somehow got deleted when I was editing it, and I didn't realize it. So she just goes, you, Jimmy and Steph at the end. It's kind of funny. She read it just like it was typed out. And don't I won't forget it, Carrie Ann Petrosky. Thank you so much. I don't forget stuff like that. I appreciate it. I keep it right there, right where I can see it. Gives me faith in the trendies. Well, I have the virus. Aaron Wallace, do you really? How did you get it, Aaron? Do you know? Are you okay? How old are you? Are you hanging in there? Did you get tested? It's fucking crazy. You know, just yesterday I saw a post on Twitter. It's like, do you know anyone who's got the virus? And I said yes, but then I realized I was like, oh, wait, Billy said that his wife tested negative for it. So, no, I don't know anybody who's got it, actually. Has had me in jail over a month, Carrie. Oh, my God. Why, Carrie? You? Why are you in jail? I inspire you to live off grid. Aaron eyed. Hell yeah. Good morning, Lori. Sherry. Rogan's getting big, right? He's a big boy, and his ears bothering him. Okay, I see it. I'm sick of you trying to get at that one ear, and we are going to deal with it, buddy. I know you don't like it. But we got to do it really quick, okay? I promise you, we're going to do it really quick, and then we're going to be done. But we've got to clean this ear. I know you don't like this. I know. Oh, stay. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. Now let's clean it. Something in there's bothering you. You got to get in there and clean it out. Whatever it is, it's bothering you. You got to get in there. Right? It's a good thing you got your daddy here to take care of you. Can't have you scratching those ears, buddy. Now what's that, buddy? Let me see. Ooh, there it was. That was it, I bet. How's that, buddy? Got all that dirt out of there, didn't we? Is that better? Does that feel better? Yeah! Yeah! You feel better! Yeah! Come here, baby boy! You feel better. You want to bite on your stick? There you go. There you go. You don't have to worry about those ears bothering you anymore. Still? Something in there still? It's okay. I'll get it. If I need to clean it again, I'll clean it again, buddy. We'll make sure whatever's in there bothering you, we'll get it out of there. I should just clean his ears every morning, you know, I think. Just clean them. It'd be a lot easier. They'd be a lot cleaner instead of waiting a few days and doing it every few days. I just don't want to irritate them. 5-year-old has the virus? Okay. You're getting better? Feels like you have the flu? You're 27 years old. Moonshine in Virginia. They're now making hand sanitizer. Teresa, that's hilarious. Aaron, I wish you the best. I hope you get well soon. I'm looking thinner. Debbie, thank you. I'm getting better now. I don't know anybody. 5 in North Dakota, 20s and 30s. Hey, Matt. Fargo. Fargo. Hey, on Fargo. Fargo. Charlie. Fargo. I'm in Fargo, North Dakota. Too cold for virus. That is where Dino is from, North Dakota, Carrie. The guy that taught me how to grow. It's from your area. A 5-year-old in Howard County tested positive for the virus. Teresa. Nay, you would be an awesome dad or grandfather. I am an awesome dad to Rogan. He's my kid. He's my baby boy. I take care of him. Bobblehead Rogan. I know 2 people who have contracted it and they're in their mid-20s. Patricia, Sherry. You're so amazing. You can see you love Mr. Rogan with all your person. Love it. Sherry, similar teach word. Thank you, Sherry. Love baby Bobblehead Rogan. Matt Swearing trendy as dabbers. Matt Swearing said trendy ass dabbers. Matt, it's trendy as dabbers. Close. Close. Rita, Christopher, good morning, and trendies. Robin, hi. Roger, hey. Aaron, the news and the media is making it worse than it really is. I don't think so, Aaron. I don't think so. Just because it's not bad for you, that's anecdotal. There's plenty of people who are dying from this. It's spreading all over the world, and it's a big deal. And just because you're young and it's not, and it just feels like the flu to you, doesn't mean someone who's 85 years old gets it and fucking dies in a few days from it. You actually feel you're young. You're a young guy, man. You know. Is the only baby Nay will have. He seems fairly comfortable now. That's all I'm really worried about, is that his ears not bothering him anymore. Let's do another bong hit for bottom of the hour. It's bottom of the hour. I'm smoking that Jack Herrer. No, I was smoking that orange bud. But let's switch to that Jack Herrer. Jack Herrer. Hey, Liquid Carrie. Some have no symptoms. And all you trendies. And you all trendies. Mm. All right, no law regarding cannabis. Cannabis is for all. Bottom of the hour. Cheers. Good luck, Sherry. Stay isolated. So Sherry's one of those people who, if they get the virus, it's a death sentence. You guys need to understand that. All of you shit talkers out there about this virus, don't forget the Sherry Semler Teachworths out there. You know, because there's millions of her. People who have a condition that if they get this virus, they will die. You guys need to take this shit more seriously. You know, you need to have more concern for your fellow human being. Do you guys want me to bring up the fucking press conference? We'll watch it through David Pakman, who I don't watch anymore.
The Chinese virus.
The invisible Chinese
We'll watch
virus.
David
I want to start by announcing that today we are bringing home another American citizen. It's a big thing, very big. Omar Fakouri is on his way back to the United States.
Low energy,
After
Trump.
being in
So
prison
low
for
energy.
Lebanon since September.
This is what happens when you're not winning anymore.
He's battling late-stage
You can
cancer.
see it in his fucking attitude.
Mr. Fakouri.
It's like he's
now be able
depressed.
to receive the much-needed care and treatment in the United States. We've been working very hard to get him freed, and he's finally able to have his entire family at his side. So I'm very grateful to the Lebanese government. They worked with us, and we are very proud of his family. They
Very
stood by
proud
him
of his
so
family.
strongly,
Very proud of his
and they
family.
are thrilled. The United States
Very
has no
proud of
higher
his family.
priority than the safety and well-being of our
Safety and
citizens.
well-being.
We've gotten a
Gotten,
tremendous number of hostages out.
Hostages.
I think we're 42 now.
Hostages.
And Robert O'Brien is
Robert O'Brien.
our
Robert
chief
O'Brien. Chief
negotiator for a large
negotiator.
part of it.
Get to the
I think so
corona,
well
though.
that now we have him in a different position.
Mm.
So I want to thank and congratulate Robert and his team, and I want to let everyone know that recovering Americans held captive and imprisoned abroad continues to be a top priority.
Anyone notice there's fewer people on stage each day?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So that's funny. That's a good observation David just made. What Liquid Amber just said, the flu kills more people, they say on Dutch TV. What the fuck? What to believe? I stay at home. Peace you all. Yeah, the flu kills more people overall because the flu is way more widespread than this is. But this, if it gets as widespread as the flu, will kill way more people than the flu does. It's way deadlier. The flu's got like an under 1% death rate. Under 1%. Okay? This thing is over 4% already. It's 4 times as deadly at least. They're saying it's going to be maybe 20 times as deadly when it gets going.
As you know, my administration is working every day to protect American people and the American economy from the virus. Yesterday, I signed into law a critical support for American workers, families, and small businesses. It's a big thing.
Families and small
We're
businesses.
providing sick leave and family medical leave to those affected by the virus, and more help is on the way as we speak. Our entire team
More help is on the way as we speak. I'm going to clear that up for you. I'm going to give you a clear picture there.
entire team,
There you go.
headed by Secretary Mnuchin, is on the Hill. We're working with Democrats and Republicans, and there's a lot of goodwill going on. This was something that happened that
It happened.
was
Was
some people would say an act of God.
an
I don't
act of
view it as
God.
an act of God. I would
No.
view it as something that just surprised.
Oh, only the good things are acts of God.
2 months ago, it surprised me.
People would have known about it. It could have been stopped in
I thought
place.
God was all powerful.
It could have been
Are you
stopped
admitting that
before it
God's
came
not
from
all
China.
powerful? God's not doing this?
I know
God's
that
not
before
controlling the
it
Wuhan
came.
virus? Really?
But now
Really? The
all
evangelicals are going to have a
the
problem
world
with that.
is inflicted with this horrible,
The evangelicals are going to have a serious problem
this
with that.
horrible virus, and it's too bad. It's too bad because we never had an economy as good as the economy we had just a few weeks ago.
Oh, but the one that we have today sucks
I actually
dick.
think we'll be back stronger than ever before because we learned a lot during
Lot.
that period of time.
We learned a lot.
I also just invoked the Defense Production Act to help
Invoked?
facilitate distribution of essential supplies
Cool.
if necessary. We're working with Congress to provide major additional relief to the
Major
workers, small
additional relief.
businesses, and
Businesses.
the hardest hit industries.
The hardest
We wanna make sure that
industries.
Everybody is able to
Everybody is able to.
continue on.
Dude, he's fucking. He sounds like he's sick.
Companies and
He's so low energy.
great businesses, both very, very small and
Very, very,
large. They're not gonna be
very,
broken
very
up.
small, very, very
We have to
large.
put it back together. That would
He's
take a
he's
long
not
time.
using his hands.
because we really I believe in the V curve. I believe it's going to go.
Oh, there's his hand. Okay,
when
there
this
it did
is-
right when I said it.
When this is defeated, this hidden scourge.
Right
is
when-
defeated, I think
scourge.
it's going to go up very rapidly.
His hidden scourge is
Our
defeated.
Economy, and get back to
Economy.
where it was and beyond.
Our
I think he's right.
economy.
Today I
Could
want
be
to
a year
share
or
with
two.
you exciting progress that
Exciting
the FDA is
progress.
making with the private sector.
Private
as we
sector.
slash red tape like nobody has ever done it before. Someone
Nobody's
was on
ever done it
So it's
before.
regulatory.
yesterday on one of the networks and said that there's
Said
never been a
that,
president
I can't
even
sound
close
anything like
that's
him.
been able to do what I've done.
I'm glad.
Slash
I'm glad I
all
don't
the
sound like
red
him.
tape and everything to get very
He's
important
disgusting.
things to the market, medical.
Elements of
So we
medical.
slash red tape to develop vaccines and therapies as fast
He
as
does the shit with his head when he talks.
it can possibly be done, long before anybody else was even thinking about doing this. And as you know, earlier this week, we began the first clinical trial of a vaccine candidate for the virus, and that was launched in record time. It was
Record
just a
time.
few weeks, and that would have taken years to do, not so long ago. As we race to develop a vaccine, we're also pursuing antiviral therapies, and that's what really we're going to be talking to you about today. That's the purpose of being up here today.
Let's
Why?
see if there's anything I
And
haven't
to
already.
me, that's
Why?
even more important. The vaccine, by its nature, you have to have long tests because you have to make sure what goes into somebody's body is not going to do destruction, do bad things. So you need long tests.
You need long
And,
tests.
It's doing great with the vaccines.
Great
but
long
it's still
tests.
a long process. But the therapies are
You
something
need long
we can,
tests.
move on
Very
much
long
faster,
tests.
potentially. And the treatments that will be able to reduce the severity or duration of the symptoms, make people better. Essentially, we're looking at things to make people better, or at the very earliest stages, they wouldn't even know they had it.
Had it.
And that's where I believe it's going to work even the best. The FDA Commissioner, Stephen Hahn, who's with us, he's fantastic. And he's been working 24 hours a day. He's been, he's worked like probably as hard or harder than anybody in the group, other than maybe Mike Pence or me.
Imagine that.
Oh,
And,
Donald Trump's been working
what the
so
FDA
hard.
is doing is incredible.
Donald Trump's
They've
been
done
working
things in
so hard.
Times that were not even thinkable.
What have you done, Donald?
And I've directed
Besides
the
got
FDA
up
to
and
eliminate
spoken.
outdated rules and bureaucracy, so this work can proceed rapidly, quickly, and I mean fast.
Fast.
And we have to remove every barrier. There were a lot of barriers that were unnecessary, and they've done that to get the rapid deployment of safe, effective treatments. And we think we have some good answers. We'll find out very, very soon. Clinical trials are already underway for many
Yo,
new
Josh.
therapies, and we're working on scaling these to allow many more Americans to access different drugs that have shown really.
If you
great
wanna,
promise.
if you wanna,
So,
they're demonstrating
really
right
good
here how you
promise.
give the coronavirus to other people.
we
You
will
stand
bring
within a
travel
few inches
in a
of
way
them
that
and you
lets us
speak
continue to
for a few
collect the
minutes.
data
They're all
to know
breathing
which
Trump's
medicines
air
are
now.
safe and which medicines are working the best. We have a couple that we're in really good shape on. And that's for immediate delivery. Immediate,
I guess Avigan and chloroquine.
as fast as we can get it. The FDA has also approved compassionate use for a significant number of patients. You know what that means? We're also reviewing drugs that are approved abroad or drugs approved here for other uses. And you know, one of the things that I'm most proud of that I got was right to try. That's where somebody who's ill, somebody who's very sick, terminally ill usually. In past administrations, we signed this a year and a half ago. You wouldn't be able to
Oh, come on.
even think about getting any of the drugs that may be showing great promise now. And they've been trying for many decades to get this approved, and it sounds simple, but it's not, because there's liability involved and lots of other things.
Right. He doesn't care about
And I
that.
was able to get it approved working with Congress.
Like an old timey,
Right to
old
try.
timey
This is
Trump.
beyond Right to try. What we're talking about today is.
Because he's
beyond
such a fucking, he's such a dinosaur.
Right to try has been, by the way, tremendous success. People are living now that had no chance of living. Where we take treatments that would.
You can hear the film reel.
a process, and if somebody was terminally ill, and I would say, why wouldn't they be able to try this? They'd go to Asia, they'd go to Europe, they'd go all over the world to try and find something. Or some people, if they had no money, would go home to die.
If I can't see him, then he's blocked or muted. Yeah.
Right to Try has been an incredible success.
I think we get it.
But this is beyond Right to Try. If treatments known to be safe in Europe, Japan, or other nations are effective against the virus, we'll use that information to protect the health and safety of American people. Nothing will stand in our way as we pursue any avenue to find what best works against this horrible virus. Now, a drug called chloroquine,
Yes.
and some people would add to it hydroxychloroquine.
Some people would call it something else. Yeah.
Chloroquine or hydroxychloroquine.
My viewers knew about this a week ago.
This is a common malaria drug. It's also a drug used for strong arthritis. Somebody has pretty serious arthritis. Also uses this in a somewhat different form. But it is known as a malaria drug, and it's been around for a long time.
1934.
And it's very powerful.
Cheap.
But the nice part is it's been around for a long time. So we know that if things don't go as planned, it's not going to kill anybody. When you go with a brand new drug, you don't know that that's going to happen. You have to see.
It seems like he only learned all this stuff
has been
in
used
the last hour.
in different forms. Very powerful drug in different forms, and it's shown very encouraging, very, very encouraging early results. And we're going to be able to make that drug available almost immediately, and that's where the FDA has been so great. They've gone through the approval process. It's been approved, and they did it. They took it down from many, many months to immediate. So we're going to be able to make that drug available by prescription or states. I spoke with Governor Cuomo about it at great length last night, and he wants to be right on the. He wants to be first on line, and so I think that's there's tremendous promise. Based on the results and other tests, there's tremendous promise. And normally the FDA would take a long time to approve something like that, and it was approved very, very quickly, and it's now approved.
He's sick or he's fucking
by
beat.
prescription.
He's got so much on his
states
mind.
handle
He's not himself anymore.
They can handle it.
Or he's run out of cold medicine to chop up and snort. Notice he's not
I
sniffing.
think it's going to be great. Then we're quickly studying
Here,
this,
let's
drug, and
let's
while we're
super chat that to
continuing
David
to study
Pacman.
it,
I don't know if he reads super chats.
But the studying is going to be also done as it's given out to large groups
Is
of
this
people,
Abigail?
perhaps in New York and other places. We'll study
Here,
it
let me,
there.
let me turn this
There
off a
are
second.
promising therapies produced by Gilead, and that's
Remdesivir.
Remdesivir. And that's a drug used for other purposes that's been out.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
had very good results for other purposes, but it seems to have a very good result.
You gotta
having
play
to
them
do
out
with
on
this
that.
virus.
So, by the way, anyone who's been watching my
And that
show,
drug
this is
also
all old
has
news.
been approved or very close to approved in that case by the FDA. And I can't tell you how much we appreciate what the FDA, these people are incredible patriots, and the job that Stephen Hahn is doing, Dr. Hahn, is one of the most respected doctors in the country, by the way. We took him, I said, "You sure you want to do this?" We didn't know that this was going to be in the playlist, what happened here, but
Right.
he really has stepped up to the plate. Wherever you are, where is he? You really have. I shake his hand, but I'm not supposed to do that.
I think it's going through.
Oh my
I'm in
goodness.
trouble if I did that.
I think I'm able to send a super chat. It's doing the thing.
Doctor, he's going to speak right after him.
Oh my God, it's
Somebody
working.
please clip that resume.
I'm so excited.
And
Here goes my super chat.
is a company that's done fantastically well, as I understand, with Ebola and some other things. Great company, and they're looking at some very promising events also. So you have Remdesivir,
Reservoir.
and you have chloroquine and hydroxychloroquine.
Right. Somebody
So,
should brief him on these
those
words.
are two that are out now, essentially approved for
They're out and proud.
prescribed use. And I think it's gonna be very exciting. I think it could be a
Popular.
game changer, and maybe not. But I think it could be based on.
He's
what
not
I see.
sniffing, man.
This is amazing.
David always talks about how he's always
It's very
sniffing.
powerful. So I want every American to know that we're doing.
He's not
everything we
sniffing
can,
at all.
And these actions are important next steps. I mean, for the FDA to act the way they acted with this kind of speed is an incredible thing. Normally they'd say, well, we can have it by next year.
Everyone's talking about it in the chat now.
2 years from now, you understand, this is the way. Normally it's like years and
Hey,
years.
hey, Steve Running's in there. What's up, buddy?
They had it immediately, based on the fact that it's been used for other things, totally unrelated things.
He looks like he's going to pass
With
out,
these
someone just said.
Therapeutics and others under evaluation right now will be able
It's
to.
almost like Trump thinks the idea of off-label uses for medications has just been thought of in the last 24 hours.
Tremendous breakthrough. And
hilarious.
we will work toward a much needed vaccine in the future, as I said, and what we're doing with the FDA is so exciting in so many other fields. So many things are happening. It's a very exciting time for medicine.
He said, could please unblock him?
We appreciate that the American public has pulled together. They're really staying home. And
Eddie
I think,
Haynes.
there's tremendous spirit in this country right now. It's spirit like a lot of people have not seen. People have not seen anything like it for a long time, and that means Democrat, Republican. They're pulling together. I hope everything's going good in the Hill. Maybe I shouldn't say this until I check out what's going on, because you never know. But I think there's a great spirit where the
Eddie
Democrats,
Haynes.
the Republicans, and everybody else are getting together and they're trying to get things done.
Unblocked.
But most importantly, the American public has been incredible. We took the best economy we've ever had, and we said, stop. You
Eddie
can't
Haynes is unblocked.
work. You have to stay home. You know, there's never been a case.
Welcome
like
back,
this.
Eddie.
Normally you pay a lot of
Sorry
money
to hear
get
about your
things
wife.
going. Here's a case where we're paying a lot of money to stop things because we don't want people to be together
He's right.
so that this virus doesn't continue onward. So there's never been anything like this in history. There's never been. Nobody's ever seen anything like this. But we're doing the right thing. We have to get rid of. Our big war is it's not a financial war. It's a war. It's a medical war.
On an
We have to
invisible
win this war.
scourge.
It's very important. With that, I'd like to just introduce Dr. Stephen Hahn.
Yeah.
And he, again, I'd like to.
Hey, quarantine for me is like normal life, bro. I usually sit up in here, you know, I don't leave too often.
Fantastic, talented people. We appreciate it very much, everything you've done, especially the speed that you got these two elements, these two very important drugs passed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to thank you for your leadership during this coronavirus outbreak, and thank you for the kind words about the FDA staff. We have 10,000 scientists, doctors, and others, and more than that, working around
Look,
the clock to aid the
Donald
American
Trump
people.
set the low energy tone. Now this guy has to be lower energy than Trump was.
So,
So I'm
before
gonna
the
talk like
president nominated
this.
me and I was confirmed
Because I don't want to
prescription from drugs
out
as a
energy
cancer doctor.
Trump. I'm
And
gonna
I've
talk
sat
like
across
this.
from countless number of patients and had to talk to them about their diagnosis and their treatment. And one thing that was really important is to provide hope. I have great hope for how we're going to come out of this situation. What's also important is not to provide false hope, but to provide hope. And as a doctor, that's the way I come to this. I'm speaking now to the American people as Commissioner of Food and Drugs, but that part of me has not left. Just look at the way
Hold
the
on a second, I'm
American
gonna send
people
another super
have
chat.
responded to our calls for mitigation, for social distancing. The American people have great resiliency,
Oops.
and I'm so incredibly proud of how the American people have responded. As the President mentioned, he asked us to be aggressive, to break down barriers to innovation, and to accelerate the development of life-saving treatments. And we're doing that at the FDA. The FDA is committed to continuing to provide regulatory flexibility and guidance. But let me make one thing clear. FDA's responsibility to the American people is to ensure that products are safe and effective. And yet we are continuing to do that Our folks and their tremendous professionals are working day and night to do this. You just can't even imagine how much they're working to provide this support for the American people, and I thank them. Since early January, long before the first domestic case, FDA began working in collaboration with CDC. I also want to note that we stood up an incident command group and have been focused on the coronavirus since the very beginning of this public health emergency. This is, in addition, an all-of-government and all-America approach, and I'll describe what I mean by that. In terms of the
I'm
development of
sending
therapeutics.
the stupidest super
An
chat.
important part of that work is
Message not
expanding the
sent.
potential
Why
therapeutic
not?
options associated with coronavirus, and we've learned from our colleagues across the globe about this. But I want to
Edit and try again.
I was a cancer researcher before all this, and one thing I know about this great
Huh?
country of ours is that we have unbelievable
They won't take
innovators. We have people who every day it's their job to develop treatments for all
I think I
sorts
got
of diseases.
blocked.
We are incredibly blessed as a country to have this. And as
Whatever.
is true in any illness, these great American innovators, academia, private
Whatever.
sector,
Unreal.
they have engaged us about the best possible treatment options. We are looking at everything that's coming across our desks as possible treatment options for coronavirus. And we're extremely encouraged by the interest and the promise that we've seen from these great American innovators. Now again, we need to look at it, we need the data, we need the information to make the absolute best decisions for the American people, but I want to assure you, we have over 17,000 people at FDA who are doing this every day. We need to make
try
sure
to super
that
chat one more
the
time.
sea of new treatments will get the right drug to the right patient at the right dosage at the right time. As an example, we may have the right drug, but it may not be in the appropriate dosage form right now, and that may do more harm than good. Those are the things that's our job to look at, and that's why it's really important we have these dedicated professionals looking at these aspects of therapeutic development. At the same time, we're also working through different mechanisms
Message
to
not
actually
sent.
get drugs into the hands of providers and patients. The president mentioned this, but one of the mechanisms is called compassionate use. Let me just tell you about this. If there's an experimental drug that's potentially available, a doctor could ask for that drug to be used in a patient. We have criteria for that and very speedy approval for that. The important thing about compassionate use, and that's what the president meant, this is even beyond.
I
right
can't
to
send a
try,
super chat.
is that we get to collect the information about that. Because one of the things that I promise the American people is we will collect the data and then make the absolute right decisions based upon those data about the safety and efficacy of the treatments. We are working expeditiously.
Let me
We are
say
working
can't
to
super
make sure
chat,
that
huh?
These products are as safe and effective as they possibly
Huh.
can be. Let me tell you about
I
three
can
things that
super
we're
chat.
currently working
It's just
on.
it wouldn't
Yes.
let me send that
This
message.
is a
Subservient.
plan that was developed with many of the people at this table, our infectious disease experts.
They can do this
on
in
the
5
task
minutes.
force.
Just get
In the short term, we're
material.
looking at drugs that are already approved for other indications.
Right.
So they're already approved, as the president said, for other diseases. As an example, many Americans have read studies and heard media reports about this drug chloroquine,
Yes.
which is an anti-malarial drug. It's already approved, as the president said, for the treatment of malaria as well as an arthritis condition. That's a drug that the president has directed us to take a closer look at as to whether
Okay, I'm
an
rewriting it.
expanded use approach to that could be done to actually see if that benefits patients. And
I didn't
again,
like the word
you wanna do that in the
subservient.
setting of a
I couldn't
clinical
use the
trial,
word
a large
subservient in the
pragmatic
super
clinical
chat.
trial, to actually
Isn't that
gather
weird?
that information and answer the question that needs to be answered and asked and answered. Let me give you another example. There's a cross-agency
Weird.
effort about something called convalescent plasma. This is a pretty exciting area, and again, this is something that we have given assistance to other countries with as this crisis has developed. So FDA's been working for some time on this. If you've been exposed to coronavirus and you're better, you don't have the virus in your blood, we could collect the blood. Now, this is a possible treatment.
Yeah.
This is not a proven treatment.
Talked
Just
about
to
this, yeah.
emphasize that. Collect the blood, concentrate that, and have the ability, once it's pathogen-free, that is virus-free, be able to give that to other patients, and the immunoglobulins, the immune response, could potentially provide a benefit to patients.
Right.
It's another thing that we're looking at. Over the next couple of weeks, we'll have more information that we're really pushing hard to try to accelerate that. That's in the sort of more medium short term, and that'll be a bridge to other therapies that will take us
Hey,
3
but
to 6 months to develop. And this is a continuous process. There is no beginning and end to each of this. This is, we're pushing this through. The other great thing about the great innovators of America, some of them tell us it's taken us years to develop therapies. They're looking at pushing that to the months period of time. And we're trying to provide them the regulatory flexibility, but at the same time the scientific oversight to make sure that gets done in the best way possible for the American people. The President mentioned that there is a vaccine trial currently being performed. It's a phase 1 trial, so it's the earliest study that gets done. We expect that to take 12 months to get to completion, to actually a time where we could approve a vaccine. But these are all things to
I don't know, but
bridge
my
to
super
the
chat is the only
prevention
one at the
for
top of the
vaccine.
screen right now. You
It's
see that?
exciting work, and the
That's
President
my
is
super
right.
chat.
This is record
Right
time
there.
for the
Okay, now it's got another one.
of a vaccine, and impressive
There it is.
public-private partnership. The FDA's
Trump
efforts
set
to
so
facilitate
low
the
a
development
tone,
of
the
these
guy
products
following
are
him had to
focused
be
on
even
ensuring
lower
timely
toned.
access while also meeting the agency's world-respected gold standard.
Every time I
Reliance
chat,
on
it says
strong
I've got a
data
live
from
show
clinical
3 times
trials
daily.
to determine
Can
if
a
an
live show
experimental
3 times
or an
daily.
off-the-shelf drug that's used for something else
Badass.
can safely and effectively treat patients.
Badass.
We want to assure the American people that FDA is all hands on deck. As the President mentioned, these efforts and continue to work with interested sponsors to help expedite the work. We remain steadfast in helping to foster the development of safe and effective therapies for COVID-19. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So anybody who's been watching my show all week knew all of this stuff.
Thank you, Mr. President. The White House Coronavirus Task Force met this morning,
King douchebag.
and on this very first day of spring, we continue to make steady progress toward President Trump's objective not only to marshal all the resources of the federal government, every state government, every local health official, but also to harness the power of the American private sector, and activities over the last day reflect all of those priorities. Yesterday, the President spoke with America's top physicians and nurses and garnered helpful insights about how we can best serve those who are serving Americans that are dealing with the coronavirus. We also had a productive call with over 5,000 state and local officials explaining the federal government's approach and our strong and seamless partnership with all 50 states and the territories. Last night, as you heard, the President signed the Family First Coronavirus Response Act, which provides free coronavirus testing, paid sick leave, family leave for caregivers, and food assistance for the needy, among a broad range of benefits. And today, as the President indicated, we expect that the Senate will begin work on an economic relief package. Later today, the President and I will meet again in a teleconference with the nation's governors. We will meet at the National Response Coordination Center at FEMA and outline President Trump's decision to have FEMA take the lead in our national coronavirus response. Our nation's response through FEMA will be locally executed, state managed, and federally supported. On testing, we want the American people to know once again that testing is available in all 50 states, and is becoming increasingly available literally every hour of the day. Because of the public-private partnership that the President initiated several weeks ago with major commercial
I just
labs,
realized that was down.
I'm pleased to receive a report today that tens of thousands of tests are being performed every day.
Right on, Lori.
With passage
Sorry
of
about
last
that.
night's legislations, a state
You're not
and
the first
private
person to
lab
say
are
that.
now required by law to report all coronavirus testing directly to the CDC, which will give the American
Pence
public
comes in and
also
steps
give
the
our
energy level
researchers
back up
timely
from
and
these
important
these
information.
dopers,
It's
from the
important for
doper
every
president,
American to remember that if you don't have symptoms,
dope
you don't
using
need
president.
to get a test. We want to make sure that testing
Ugh.
is available for people that are experiencing symptoms or
We
have
actually should
a
be
genuine
testing
concern
asymptomatic
about having
people.
been exposed to someone with the coronavirus. Dr. Birx will address county level data as well as the progress we've made on testing, and Americans can expect to see how an increased number of cases as our new testing system comes online should not be a cause of concern. She'll explain the importance of taking into account our new testing system as new data arrives over the next several days. On supplies, a priority the President has given to our task force, we continue to work with healthcare providers, businesses, and state leadership to identify available supplies, not merely in the federal stockpile, but much more importantly, available across the private sector. We're encouraged to see companies like Honeywell and 3M that I visited a few short weeks ago take advantage of the changes in the law last night that allow the sale of industrial masks directly to hospitals. Those companies have now greatly increased by the tens of millions their production of so-called N95 masks that will give our
I'm
healthcare
promoting
workers the protection
my
that
live
we need
stream.
to minister to those that are dealing with the symptoms
Karsten,
of
what's
the
up?
disease of coronavirus. Following the signing of last night's bill, all of those masks now have liability protection, and the companies can sell industrial masks to hospitals.
God, I'm glad he shut up for a second. I hate that man so much, just as much as Donald Trump.
And a lot of time
I
as
hate
a
'em
builder
both.
when we thank builders across America for
Pro
partnering
Dragon.
with our local healthcare officials. On the subject of ventilators, we're working with healthcare providers around America and suppliers. And we're encouraged to learn that we've literally identified tens of thousands of ventilators that can be converted to treat patients. And we remain increasingly confident that we will have the ventilators that we need as the coronavirus makes its way across America. But as we said before, we're all in this together. And before I step away and give the podium back to the President and to Dr. Birx, I want to call every American's attention again to the President's 15 days to slow the spread. You continue to hear one case after another, one city after another, where people are putting into practice the principles that the President outlined this Monday. And make no mistake about it, that while for the American people as a whole, the risk of serious illness remains low, these guidelines should be practiced by every American in every community.
Pence
not
is his
only
pet,
to
right?
lessen the spread of the
Pence is his
coronavirus,
pit bull.
to protect
He's
the
got a
most
pet pit
vulnerable
bull.
among us. And I think Americans from their hearts are not only practicing these principles of social distancing and avoiding social gatherings of more than 10 people, using drive-thrus at restaurants to protect their own health and the health of their
Thank you,
family.
David C. Baker
They're
Jr.
also recognizing that no American wants to inadvertently convey the coronavirus to someone for whom the consequences could be quite serious. At the President's direction, we'll continue to marshal all the resources of government at every level. We'll be reiterating that strong partnership with America's states this afternoon, with America's governors, pulling all of the private sector energy together, the innovation that you just heard described. I know on this first day of spring that we'll get through this, and we'll get through this together. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you very much.
Fuck off.
Dr. Birx, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. So I know you're watching the data carefully. You can see the dramatic increases in the number of new cases based on our ability to test additional people. And this will continue over the next 2 to 3 days as we begin to have backlogs reduced of the testing. You all have heard the antidotes of people waiting 5 or 6 days for their test results. We are moving through all of that as well as testing individuals. I really want to applaud the frontline healthcare workers, the nurses and the doctors and the testers that have really prioritized, and the American people who have prioritized those with symptoms. The number of test positives is increasing. That is a dramatically important signature that everybody is doing their job. Those with mild symptoms are staying home, self-isolating. Those with serious symptoms are coming forward to getting testing. Our test positive rates are now into the 10 to 11% range. That still means that 90% of the illnesses out there, even the severe ones, are not COVID-19. I know many of you are looking at the state level data. Still over 50% of the cases come from 3 states. This is why we continue to prioritize testing in those states. In addition, 50% of the cases come from 10 counties. We're a very large country with very many counties, and I just want to applaud the local and state governments that are implementing their emergency operations centers and plans to ensure. I want to also really thank the healthcare workers that have been asked to reduce all elective surgeries, medical, and dental visits. This will dramatically increase the number of ventilators that are available in hospitals, but also in ambulatory surgical centers that can be converted and utilized. And also to the construction industry. We are deeply grateful the number, as Vice President said, the number of individuals have come forward with their construction masks, their booties. their time
Booties!
suits
She
and
said
their men
booties!
to contribute them to the healthcare sector. The president's request to make this available in that legislation changes the ability and increases our availability immediately by even 75 to 90% range because of the amount of construction use of those elements. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor, very much. Jerome, please.
Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Vice President. Today, you heard a wonderful announcement from the FDA, and I just want to give a shout out to Steve, Dr. Hahn, and the folks at the FDA.
Yeah, breathe
about,
right in all their
what
faces.
several
Great.
hundred of my Commission Corps officers work. You're right, Mr. President. They are tireless. They're doing things that have never been done before
Ah,
to bring
just
the most,
breathe right
most
on,
proven
everybody.
advances to the American people. But I want to talk about something different briefly. We know many of you are home practicing the president's guidelines for social distancing. But one thing we should all consider, especially our millennials and Gen Z, is donating blood. As an anesthesiologist,
Oh, let's all leave our homes! Listen to this fucking idiot! Let's all go to the hospitals and donate blood!
Donated blood is an essential part of caring for
Fucking
patients,
idiot!
and one donation can
Oh,
save up to 3
God.
lives.
Shut up!
Blood centers are open now and in need of your donation.
Shut up!
I want America to know that blood donation is safe,
Shut up!
and blood centers are taking extra precautions at this time.
Fucking idiot.
Based on new CDC recommendations,
God.
including spacing beds 6 feet apart.
Hey, everybody stay in your homes! Hey, everybody go out and donate blood!
Temperature checking staff, and encouraging
Go
donors
stand
make
in a line to
appointments
go
ahead of time
donate
so we can
blood.
Space them out. Social distancing does not have to mean social disengagement. So give blood today.
What an
You'll feel
idiot!
good about it, and you'll be helping your country and your community during this crisis.
David
You might even
Packman's
say
got
why.
nothing to say about that? David Packman's got no comment. Mr. fucking neutral.
Switching to the,
Are you kidding me?
efforts to boost the economy with the
Pussy!
Congress
Pussy, David!
guaranteed
You're a
money
pussy!
that billions,
What do you have to
tens of
say about
billions
that,
of
David?
dollars,
You're a
hundreds of
fucking
billions of dollars
pussy.
even is going to go to these industries who will not go to executive bonuses or more stock buybacks.
Good question.
Well, we don't want that. In fact, some companies, as you know, did stock buybacks, and I was never happy with that. It's very hard to.
Look, you guys are like
I like
ignoring
it
me,
too.
but
I
I'm
would
going to
say
say
I
it
don't
again.
like it. I would say I don't like it for that reason. Some did it.
Will those of you that are on YouTube, will you please come to this channel that I'm on? Please. I just gave you a link in the chat. Nobody came to the channel. There it is. Please come to that channel now, okay? On YouTube. I would appreciate it. Thank you. There it is again. Here, and I'll give it to you over here as well. There's the channel. You should all see that channel and come on over to it on YouTube. Thank you. Especially if you're already on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed to all 21 of my YouTube channels, guys.
Pull the trigger on it? What's the rationale for not doing it?
First of all, the governors are supposed to be doing a lot of this work, and they are doing a lot of this work. The federal government's not supposed to be out there buying vast amounts of items and then shipping. You know, we're not a shipping clerk. The governors are supposed to be, as with testing.
Jared
the governors
Kushner's not
are
shipping
supposed
boxes.
to be doing it. We'll help out, and we'll help out wherever we can, and we can.
Hey, Dave.
volume,
Hey,
and
Chef
some
Josh,
cases,
thank
great
you.
volume.
Thank
The
you,
masks,
guys.
As an example, which were really a problem. We have helped out, and there are right now millions of masks being made. But this is really for the
I see.
local governments.
Give me
governors,
thumbs
and
ups.
People within. the
Give me some
state,
thumbs
depending
ups.
On the way they divided it up, and they'll do that, and they're doing a very good job of it. Where you have a problem with ventilators, we're working very hard trying to find. Nobody in their wildest dreams would have ever thought that we need tens
Hey,
of
Connor.
thousands of ventilators. This is
Cool.
something that's very unique to this, to what happened.
Hell yeah.
Under what conditions would you put the Defense Production Act?
Hey, Jay.
Well, we were desperately in need of something, and we frankly will know about that very shortly. We want to be ahead of. We don't want to do it as it happens, but before it happens, we're going
It's
to know
not
a
giving
lot
me
over
any
the next
viewer
2 or 3
count.
days. We'll know a lot.
For Dr. President, Dr. Hunt, any idea when remdesivir will be
Three
available,
watching.
To the market? And
It says
are
3
there
people
any
are
drugs in
watching.
the pipeline that you believe could
Come on,
qualify
guys.
for
Everybody
this?
come over to that YouTube channel. Even if you're on
So, with respect
Facebook.
to the first question,
Come on over to that
I know
YouTube
you'd like
channel.
to disclose
It's
confidential
called
commercial
Trendy
information,
Dabbers
but I can
Canna
tell you
Live
we're
Show
working
3 times
very
daily.
closely with the company on this, and we'll have additional information
Gilead.
relatively soon. Yes, there are drugs in the pipeline. We're looking at every one Everyone on this dais gets calls every day, as do all of our people at the FDA, about potential therapeutic options. We are looking at
Yeah, I'll share it on the Facebook chat. Good idea. Good idea.
Two questions for you. One on coronavirus, but just really quickly, are you confirming that Austin Tice is still alive?
No, I'm not, but we're trying to find that out. This has been going on for years. Many years they've been trying to find Austin Tice. He was in Syria, as you know. His mother is an incredible woman, and I'm doing it for him, but I'm doing it for his mother. His mother's an incredible woman who's desperate to find her son, and I'm not confirming a lot, but if he is alive, we would like very much to get him back quickly.
Okay, and on coronavirus, speaking of shortages of supplies, the CDC has put out guidelines for hospitals that are dealing with a shortage of masks to use them beyond their shelf life, reuse them instead of getting new ones, and in a worst case scenario, use a bandana instead of a mask. How is that acceptable at all?
Well, I haven't seen that, but I will let Mike answer that question, Vice President.
I'm happy to, Mr. President. I can't emphasize enough the incredible progress that was made with the passage of the legislation last night. The President had me go to Minnesota to meet with 3M that manufactures these N95 masks a few weeks ago. And we learned of their production at that facility of 35 million masks a month. Less than 5 million of those were qualified to be sold to hospitals.
Fewer.
So the President worked with Republican and Democrat leadership. We've extended the liability protection. So now that all the industrial masks that are manufactured as N95s are now available to hospitals, and we're seeing a dramatic increase in production. Honeywell alone is repurposing a factory that was destined for Mexico to produce another 120 million masks per year.
Hey,
3M is
Blaze.
increasing output
Pro
to
Dragons there. We got
420
Dave
million
C,
masks
Chef Josh,
per
Connor,
year.
Just Jay,
We really
and
put
Blaze.
a priority
Everybody
on
who comes to that YouTube channel, I'm
making
doing
sure
bong hits for you
those
guys.
that are providing
Thank you.
healthcare services
Quarter of
to
the hour,
people
cannabis
have
tisms
the
for all.
protection to keep themselves and their families safe.
Come on over to that channel, guys. Come on, don't be lazy. Come on over to the channel. Subscribe to it. Sign up for notifications on it. Do the whole deal. Let's blow that channel up. It's already got 3,500 subscribers.
Industrial mass to hospitals. It's happening all over America.
Everybody remember, subscribe and sign up for notifications.
Being there, and when will they be ready? Or at least we start getting them ready.
Well, as I mentioned, 3M is increasing their up.
And remember that we have I've got 21 channels on YouTube, guys.
Per month at that facility, and we're prioritizing the distribution.
A little Jack Herb, recorder of the Herb. Hey, Cat Stoops. Look at Cat Stoops. She's a goddamn moderator on that channel.
The hospitals and the clinics in their state are placing orders now that this tremendous increase in supply, particularly with industrial masks, is now available. We're going to make sure they understand that the supply has greatly expanded thanks to bipartisan legislation and the accomplishment of the President. And the response by these companies is making more masks available. And we're going to make sure healthcare providers are purchasing those. And the federal government will also make sure that our stockpile properly reflects those increases as well.
Jack Herb.
Masks ready for, because they need them like today.
They're available now. The 3M facility that I was at told me that in January they went to full production on 35 million masks. The legislative change means that all 35 million of those that started to be produced at full capacity.
No law regarding cannabis. Cannabis is for all. This is for everybody who comes over to YouTube to that channel. It's called Trendy as Dabbers Canna-Live
Engaging private sector.
Show
Pushing
3X daily exclamation point. These bong hits are for y'all, guys. Thank you.
Any second now, they're going to start selling
So they're in the marketplace.
Yeah,
now.
Sherry, I'll give you a
We
link.
made it clear to governors, as we made it clear to healthcare providers in conference calls yesterday, that those resources are now there. We've vastly increased the supply of medical masks, and we're going to continue to put a priority on making sure that we're calling on industry at every level, calling on major suppliers that the President met with this week, to make sure that those personal protective equipment are there.
Some of that had to do with the liability to the company.
It's amazing how
They had
perfect
a
everything's
problem
being
with
handled.
liability, and much of it had to do with the liability to the company.
Mr. President, thank you. Two for you and one for Dr. Hahn. The American Hospital Association just told NBC News that they need $100 billion in order to address shortages in equipment infrastructure there. You just signed 2 legislative packages. They say it didn't directly give money to address this issue. Why not? And will you commit to making sure
We're
they
looking
get the
at that
money?
issue directly with them, and that's a separate issue, but we're looking at that issue very directly.
Very strong.
We're looking at it very directly. Well, we're going to do our best for it. We're working with Democrats and Republicans on that. We're looking at that very specifically.
Can you bottom line people, when can Americans expect their lives to go back to normal? Will that not happen until there's a vaccine?
I hope very soon. We'll see. This is uncharted territory.
It's gonna be a while.
We think we have ideas. It doesn't help to say what the ideas are. I would hope very soon. We pulled together as a nation. People are for the
There,
most
do you
part
see
doing
it?
what they're supposed to be doing.
Not in Florida.
Yo, Higgins.
The social
Yo, do you see
distancing
it?
is very interesting. A whole new term has become a hot.
Do you see that link?
Somewhat of a hot term, but people are listening and they're really doing a great job. This country is an amazing country. I think you're up to 141 different countries right now. So it's very uncharted territory. Could have been stopped. Could have been stopped pretty easily if we had known, if everybody had known about it a number of months before people started reading about it.
You said you didn't.
Excuse me. Before we started reading
Excuse
about
me.
it, it could have
The
been
man is
stopped
talking.
in its tracks.
Excuse me.
Unfortunately,
The
they
man
didn't
is
decide
talking.
to make it public, but the whole world is suffering because of it.
You did say 2 days ago, though, you did have a sense that this was a pandemic that was coming. So why was the United States not prepared with more testing?
We were very prepared. The only thing we weren't prepared for was the media. The media has not treated it fairly.
Oh my God, what a douchebag! We were prepared. We're very prepared.
Long before.
We just weren't prepared for the media.
It was your network. I believe they called me a racist because I did that.
He called for the China ban when it was already in Europe as a center of focus.
In other words, because I did that, because I went so early. So when you say we weren't prepared, had I let these tens of thousands of people come in from China a
These
day,
Chinese were going to
we
come
would have
in.
had something right now that would have been, you wouldn't have even recognized it compared to where we are. How many people have passed away? How many people have died as of this moment? You could multiply that by a factor of many, many, many. So when you say that I wasn't prepared, I was the first one to do the ban. Now other countries are following what I did. But the media doesn't acknowledge that. They know it's true. They know it's true, but they don't want to write about it. Yeah, go ahead.
One for you and then one for the medical professionals. I wanted to just follow up on John and Caitlin's question. So it's not just masks. Doctors are saying now that they are desperate for other personal protective gear, gloves, other equipment. Governors are saying that they don't have access to respirators and they're terrified. What is your reticence about
Governors are supposed to get it.
I mean, are you not seeing the links I'm putting up? Let me know.
Look, for years they bought them, and now all of a sudden they're coming to the federal government. We're working with the states, we're working with the governors, we're working with everybody. The relationships are great. One of the things that happened this morning, I spoke with Mickey Harrison of Carnival Cruise Lines, and he's going to make ships available. So in addition to the big medical ships that you have coming, if we should need ships with lots of rooms, they'll be docked at New York and Los Angeles and San Francisco, different places. So I want to thank Mickey Harrison, that's Carnival Cruise Lines.
What is your reticence about invoking the Defense Production Act?
I've done it.
You said that you
I've
don't.
done it, yeah. If we find that we need something, that we will do that. And you don't know what we've done. You don't know whether or not we've ordered. You don't know if we've invoked it. You don't know what's been ordered, what's not been ordered. I can only tell you that, as an example, masks. Nobody ever heard of the number of masks that's been ordered. They're being made now, and many are available now. But people, I think, in the media probably don't know that. But beyond,
Could you explain the gap for the American people and what you're saying here today about there being tens of thousands of tests available, about how there being a huge amount of masks available, and what we're seeing on the ground, which is really the opposite of that. People are saying that they can't get tested even when they have symptoms. People are saying that doctors are telling us they don't have access to vital equipment. Can you explain that gap?
well, I cannot explain a gap. I'm hearing very good things on the ground, and we're dealing
Nasty
with, they had to
question.
ramp up. They had an obsolete system, and they had a system simultaneously that was not meant for this. It wasn't meant for this. Nobody knew there'd be a pandemic or an epidemic of this proportion. Nobody's ever seen anything like this before.
He just said he didn't.
I can tell you that what we're doing is we're working with local governments, with states, governors, even mayors, on getting them to be able to get what they need. And the system is starting to work out very well. But we had to break a system, like breaking an egg, because the system we had was obsolete and didn't work. And that was the system we inherited. And now we have something that's really been very good and certainly going to be great for the future too. Yeah.
There seems to be a backlash among professional publishing support about corporate building. In particular, Senator Mike Ron said it was hardly back in 2008, where we had some losers and indicated that his colleagues made great contributions. What do you say?
Well, we don't want to pick winners and losers. We want everybody to benefit. We want, I think, more than anything else, the workers to benefit. And sometimes for the workers, they have to go through the company because they have thousands of workers. And if the company goes out of business, no fault of their own, those workers aren't going to be able to receive a check. So look, our ultimate goal are the people. Our ultimate goal are the great people of this country. And we will have things worked out, I think, that are going to be very well. It's a very complex formula, you understand that, very complex, but it's working out. I think it's going to be very well. I think we're going to have pretty uniform support for it, please.
We're hearing the State Department is going to put out an advisory telling Americans not to travel overseas at all. Are you putting in an overseas travel ban?
We're speaking with the State Department later. I can't say right now because I haven't had the meeting yet.
Okay, good. So I could stop putting up the links. Okay, good.
Dr. Trump, thank you so much. I wanted to ask about remdesivir.
Oh, good. There's 11 of you there watching now.
Is it currently approved for use on the virus?
So remdesivir, and it's a drug made by Gilead that's been in the press. It is currently in clinical trials here and around the world. We have also made it available by that approach that I told you called compassionate use, where a doctor could ask the FDA for that. And the really positive thing about that gives it rapidly to a doctor and a patient, but it allows us to collect the data, because what we really need to do is understand what the data and science are in order to make the appropriate decision about safety and effectiveness.
So how do you just make sure that it is safe? And I mean, is there any concern at all that it will be safe?
Is there any concern at all?
The normal.
That's a funny question.
And could potentially cause negative effects. Dr. Fauci earlier talked about we do not want to put out anything that could cause negative effects. Is there any concern about those kind of things with this drug? So,
yeah, thank you for that question, because I just want to be clear about this. Remdesivir is going through the normal process. We are using our internal processes at FDA to set up with the company the protocols to actually collect the data. And you're right, we need to actually know about the safety and the effectiveness, and that's done through the clinical trial process. So it's those data that are going to inform the decisions that are ultimately made about safety and efficacy. This is an unprecedented situation. This is a really significant time. And one thing that, with the President's leadership, FDA has done is said, okay, how do we approach these extraordinary times with extraordinary measures, knowing that we have a sacred trust with the American people about safety and efficacy, but still at the same time enable these treatments to get into patients?
Thank you guys for coming on over to that channel on YouTube. I'm giving some of you guys moderator privileges. I appreciate it so much. Cheers, guys.
I can only tell you on the 14th day, and we'll have to see. We'll have indications later on.
Dr. Burks indicated that there are 3 states and 10 counties, if I got that right, where 50% of the cases are focused. Should those areas be doing more measures such as shelter in place?
I think they actually are doing a lot. I mean, I know New York is working very diligently, been very strong. I assume San Francisco is one of the areas, and Los Angeles, and state of Washington, obviously, that's one that has to be up there. They're all working very hard to quarantine, or words just about the equivalent of quarantine.
Okay. Plans are for government workers. Are you moving for the government as officers doing more telework?
We are, and we're using the medical term.
Hey, Tyler.
Telemedicine, and it's been incredibly busy and really, where people don't have to, and some people can't do it anyway. They can't get up, they can't see a doctor. But we're using this, and it's been telehealth, different names, and I will tell you that it's been really successful. It's helped a lot of people out where they don't have to, and they can't, and even from a safety reason, if they are positive, if they are feeling poorly, they can't do it, or we don't want them transmitting anything to anybody else.
Mr. President, if I could, on China, they reported for the first time since the outbreak, no new cases over a 24-hour period. Do you
Look
have
at all the
any
YouTube-
reason
look
to
at all the
disbelieve
YouTube,
them? And second to that, the National
icons.
Security Council yesterday put out
Everybody
a
came
tweet
over to
very
YouTube. I love it.
critical of the Chinese government.
Thank you,
saying
guys.
The Chinese Communist Party suppressed initial reports of the Chinese virus and punished doctors and journalists, causing Chinese and international experts to miss critical
YouTube,
opportunities to
YouTube.
prevent a global
Everybody go to the
pandemic.
YouTube channel.
Much
YouTube,
better,
YouTube.
if we had
Everybody
known
go
about
to the
this
YouTube channel.
a number of months earlier.
I
It could
posted
have been
it in the
contained
chats on
in
almost
one
all the
area in
Facebooks,
China
I
when
think.
it started. And certainly the world is paying a big price for what they did, and the world is paying a very big price for not letting them come out.
world is
Everybody
paying a
knows
very
that.
big
We all
price.
know that. As far as believing what they're putting out now, I hope it's true. Who knows? But I hope it's true. I really do.
Quickly, a question for you and then also for the doctor if possible. You've been talking about China quite a bit, and you've been talking about the Chinese virus, how if you had heard about this on day one and had more information, possibly you could have stopped it.
Big difference.
Are you thinking about any types of repercussions for China, and are you also rethinking sort of the supply lines for our manufacturing industry?
I don't want to comment on that right now. Yeah.
Mr. President, I have a question for you and also a question for Dr. Birx.
No comment. That's rare.
American workers across the country are losing their jobs at an unprecedented rate, and your former economist said we could see some of the worst job numbers ever. Is the government prepared to see this spike in unemployment?
You know, worst case scenario, you would have terrible job numbers. If we can get this thing wrapped up and finished earlier, things will go very nicely.
Dude, the cases
And
of
one
just
the things
death
that
people, you know how many died during
it's,
this interview?
Is being worked on very much so
During
on
this-
the Hill is
this-
to keep
this-
the jobs going, so that when we do get
This
rid of
fucking
the
whatever you wanna
virus,
call this
we're gonna be
circus?
able to just really, I think, go like a rocket. I think
200
the
people
Congress
have
did
died
fantastic. Now,
around the
when he
world.
said that,
200
he was
people just
using that
died.
as the ultimate bad
The cases
outcome.
went
I don't
up.
think anybody believes that's going to happen. Go ahead. Yeah.
Almost 7,000 cases since they started talking.
Members of Congress are now being tested positive for coronavirus.
I've got the 2 pages right here I can show
Almost
you.
2 dozen were self-quarantining. Do you have any guidance for Congress? Should they?
I know all of them, and I don't know if they're sitting like you people are sitting. You're actually sitting too close. We should probably.
While he's standing, while he's got all these idiots all breathing on him, he's telling them they're sitting too close. He's such an idiot.
Way of doing it. We just figured a new way of doing it, but you're actually much too close. You should leave immediately. But look.
Such an idiot.
I know all of them.
All right,
They tested
here.
positive.
Watch
Hopefully they're
this.
all gonna get better. And it's one of those things. It's Congress, you know. It's one of those things.
Congress.
Should they keep going to the Hill, or should they?
Well, I don't
is
think
there
they're going to
CDC
that. I
guidance
mean, I
for-
know some where they tested positive.
This is what's
They're in
happened
quarantine.
since
And I
he
know,
started talking.
Lindsay and many others they didn't test it, but until they got the result, they put themselves in quarantine. A number of people in Congress right now are in quarantine. They don't know the results. When they get the result, they'll either stay there and get better, because people get better. I mean, most people are getting better. Most, by far.
Thank
the
you,
people
Edward.
get better.
Hey, Carson, good.
Doesn't mean it's not a tough one. It is a tough one. No, when many people in Congress have felt not perfect, or they met somebody that wasn't perfect. It turned out to be positive.
Lots of
and,
people aren't dying,
they've
guys.
put themselves in quarantine. Now, I think Congress has behaved unbelievably well in that regard.
On the stimulus, sir, given what is happening to the economy, do you think $8 trillion stimulus is enough?
We'll know about that later on. We'll see what happens. It depends how long. So much depends on what's going on in this room in terms of.
You're welcome.
Understand that a lot of these questions, like they get asked of any president, and they're not really fair questions. Like, there's no way to know now whether $1 trillion is enough. You're not going to get anything useful out of them.
Support the idea of the government taking an equity stake in certain companies.
I do. I really do.
Which companies?
I'm not gonna say, but I think so. Look, people are coming in for money. In some cases, no fault of their own, but in some cases, where they did certain things over the course of the
Hey,
year,
J.R. Hollywood, what's
buying
up?
back stock. You know, they bought back stock and they paid a high price for it, as it turned out.
Price
Maybe I
for
view
it.
that as a little bit differently than somebody that didn't. Than
He's
somebody
talking
that's
about
built
that
plants
instead of
all
talking
over the
about
United
fucking
States.
the
It was
200
a
people that
Republican
just died.
Airlines or Boeing? Or
Literally 200 people just died while you're fucking flapping your lips.
We will be helping the cruise ship industry. We probably will be helping the hotel industry. We'll probably
Industry. I hate the way he fucking says industry. Who says industry like that? Industry. Who says it like that?
On many industries.
Sounds like
And I have to say, I can't
industries.
say it strongly enough. We will be helping small businesses. That's where it's complicated because a lot of small, you know, that's the engine of the country. We will be helping small businesses.
Nice. So 209 people, my bad. 209 people just died.
Tested positive for coronavirus. These will be votes that you need to pass this $1 trillion stimulus package for the economy. Do you expect this to slow down the delivery of checks for American families? And are you considering any
No.
executive action?
There could be. We're looking at a couple of things that I could
Daytona,
do.
what's up, Dominic? Thank you.
There's a lot of executive power. If we don't have to use it, that would be a good thing, not a bad thing. Yeah, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. One for you and potentially as well one for either Dr. Birch or Dr. Adams. Right now, the economy is essentially ground to a halt.
Thanks for telling us. We appreciate it.
Stores have closed.
Look at how many cases.
Slowed down.
That's
What's
death.
your question?
Look how many cases,
Everybody
almost
in the room is
7,000
done.
cases
How long
since he started
should
flapping
those
his mouth.
Who are either not working right now or business owners who have to make critical decisions, how long should they expect the state of affairs as it stands at this moment to play out?
He said he doesn't know.
For the doctors behind you.
We'll be able to tell you that I think in the near future. We'll see where we're going. You're gonna see numbers. You've seen the graphs. You're gonna see numbers and
the
we'll
graphs.
be able to let you know.
You're
I
gonna
will
see
say
numbers.
that,
Seen the graphs.
The American public has been incredible for the most part, not in all cases, but for the most part. So
I see
you'll
the
be
graph
able to
is
see
going
what's
like
happening
that.
with it as we say.
The
we've
graph
got
I see is
15
going like
period.
that. It's
We'll
not
be
going
able
like
to tell
that.
A lot in a week or so, not everything, but we'll be able to see over a period of time.
Yeah, and for all the parents that are home right now, and this is a question for Dr. Birch or Dr. Adams, who are caring for their children and are curious as to when might my kids be able to go back to school, what do you think is a realistic timeline?
Well, I think all of those decisions are made at the state and local government level, and each state and local government has handled it differently. That's why we put out from the president federal presidential guidance to every single person about what we think is important for the next 2 weeks. And as we look at that data, we'll be able to see if it's having an impact. I think you've all seen the modeling studies. Those were
That's
driven
the
by
fucking data
modeling
I'm looking
studies
at right
showing that
there.
You add these things together, they have a bigger impact than separately. And so those are part of the decision making. We had a whole group of modelers in yesterday. They're compositing all the data together to look at this carefully because everyone has.
That's
these
the
same
graph I'm
questions
looking
of
at.
what the impact will be and what pieces could
That
essentially
yellow
be
line.
removed and you still
That
have
yellow
the
line's
same
what I'm looking at.
level of impact in
You've seen the
decreasing
graphs.
spread of the virus.
You've seen the
The
graphs.
absolute key to
I like how you
this
went like that.
is every
You guys see that? It
single
goes up, it
American
goes down.
looking
No,
at the
we see the
president's
graph. It's going like
and
this.
taking it seriously.
That
The
yellow
acts
one.
of selflessness
That's the
that
one.
I am seeing
That's the
are
graph.
so impressive across the board.
It's called the hockey
But if
stick.
even 10 or 15% of the population decides that what they're doing today is more important than the health and welfare of the rest of the Americans,
That's happening.
they can spread the virus in a very strong way because you know the level of contagion.
And I have to say, if chloroquine or
17,000
hydroxychloroquine
cases
works
in a day.
or
17,000
any of the other things
cases
that
in a
they're looking
day.
at that are not quite as far out.
Uh-oh.
But, if they work, your numbers are going to come down very rapidly.
Oh,
So we'll
that's
see what
risky to
happens,
say.
But there's a real chance that they might.
I was hoping he would not
Go
say
ahead, please.
that. Extremely risky to say.
Your numbers.
What is your message for some leaders in Latin America, like the president of Brazil, who just on Sunday was taking photos with supporters and encouraging mass demonstration? And just yesterday, the president from Brazil said that we should not be surprised if we see him in the next few days in a crowded subway in São Paulo or in a bus in Rio. Because he is the president and should be with the people. What do you think about that? What is your message?
Well, he's a friend of mine, number one, and number two, we had dinner the other night, and everybody said he was positive, and he wasn't positive. He
Unclearly,
tested
that's
negative,
true.
So that was, I was quite happy when I heard that. But I have no message for him other than he's doing a good job in Brazil. He's doing a good job in Brazil, and he's very popular.
How about encouraging mass demonstration at this moment?
I can't judge you about that, I don't know about that, I have not heard that. He's doing a very good job. Brazil was very troubled before he got there, and the people love him, and he's popular. I think he's doing a very good job.
Mr. President, there are Americans who were traveling abroad who were essentially stuck, unable to come home. We spoke to a group of 10 women who, Americans, 10.
Where?
Well, we spoke to 10 American women who were in Morocco, for instance. All the flights have been canceled. Their hotel is shutting down. They literally have no place to stay and no way to get home. They are asking you, they're asking the administration, the U.S. government for help. What can be done?
We know about it. We have groups. We have a group of young people in Peru, and we're working on taking care of that with the military.
So military evacuation?
Yeah, we're looking to take, no, not evacuation.
Military.
We're trying to get them out, and, they got caught. They were late with their flights. We gave them a period of time. They didn't make it, but we're looking to get them out with military, probably through the military. We have a group of young people, I think young men or young people, could be women also with them, from Alabama, the great state of Alabama, and they're in Peru, and we're working on that right now, trying to get them out. It's a large group, it's about 300. We're gonna work it out, Jeff.
Mr. President, two sort of foreign policy related questions. In your talk with the G7 leaders earlier this week, did you discuss together ending or postponing the Olympics?
Yeah, we did discuss it. As you know, Prime Minister Abiy was on the call, and that's a big decision for him, and we don't know what his decision is, but we'd live with his decision. It's a tough situation. They've done an incredible job. Japan has done an incredible job in building the venues, getting them built. You've seen so many Olympic venues that have been a disaster over the years, where they cost 5 times more than they were supposed to. They weren't ready.
Right, David C. Baker?
Just the opposite. They built it beautifully. They built it for what it was supposed to be built for. But then he got hit with the same thing that the rest of the world got hit with unexpectedly. He has told us that he has not made a decision as to what to do.
Also on foreign policy, have you spoken to the leaders of Saudi Arabia or Russia and encouraged them to stop this flood of oil that is affecting the market?
Well, the one thing I will tell you is that from the standpoint, you always get a little bit torn, because, until we became the leading producer, I was always for the person driving the car and filling up the tank of gas, and you'd have gasoline, and the prices were, if they were too high, I would always raise hell with OPEC. And I was always somebody that likes it. I never thought I'd see 22 and 24 and $28 a barrel, but that's what we have. And in one way, our consumer is very much helped. It's like a massive tax increase. That's bigger than any tax decrease that you could give. We can give all these big tax cuts, but they're paying so little for
People
gas.
aren't driving around and cheap gas prices don't do
On the
much.
other hand, it hurts a great industry.
Industry.
So,
What good is industry and gas and oil if we can't leave our homes, you fucking
We
idiot?
have a lot of power over the situation, and we're trying to find some kind of a medium ground. It's very devastating to Russia, because
He's done it all,
the
Jay.
whole economy is based on
He's
that.
done it all himself.
We have the lowest oil prices in decades, so it's very devastating to Russia. I would say it's very bad for Saudi Arabia, but they're in a fight. They're in a fight on price. They're in a fight on output. And at the appropriate time, I'll get involved. Yeah.
And forgive me if I missed it. What will the Carnival cruise ships be used for?
Well, Mickey called up and he said, if you need them, and we haven't said yes, I'll call Governor Cuomo. I'll call Gavin.
No one should be on a cruise ship.
Governor from California.
Recirculated
I'll
air.
call the
That's a
other
bad
governors
idea.
Today, because we're meeting through phone.
They're not set up to control viruses on a cruise ship.
FEMA.
Fucking idiot.
From here. Well, you can increase places to stay. Let's say places to stay, if it works. I mean, I don't know, maybe people won't want them, but he made the offer. It was a very generous offer.
Whatever.
And he said that he has some ships that would be ideally suited for what we're doing. And
Bullshit.
They have a lot of rooms. They're big and they have a lot of rooms.
Oh my God, with recirculated air. They're not set up to isolate people.
Who wants a test, be able to get a test, because you're talking about not needing a test right now if you're not showing any symptoms, but a lot of
Not
this-
needing the test?
or only getting tested if you're showing symptoms, but a lot of this
Well, you should only get.
Somebody should
I
say
have
there's
the
much
symptoms
better
I got
commentary
just- I
on
got just
Trendy
because
Ads
people are
Dabbers.
driving everybody crazy.
On David
That's
Packman's
what he's
on
had,
David
the
Packman's
symptoms, but I had a
live
test.
chat.
And my doctor told me don't get it. You don't need it.
Nasty
Everybody
question.
said you don't need it, but I had to do it because the press was going crazy. And then after I got it, they said you shouldn't have gotten it. You had no symptoms. You know the whole thing. So in other words, if you get it, it was no good. But I'm a unique case, unfortunately. But no, people that don't show symptoms and people that have doctors that say they shouldn't get it, I would rely on that. Yeah, I would rely on that.
Thank you. Mr. President, thank you. I have two questions. Do you consider the term Chinese?
OAN.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
I have
Thank you
two
very
questions.
much.
Oh my goodness.
Treat me very nicely.
Do you
Go ahead.
consider the term Chinese food racist?
No.
Chinese food?
That originates in China or has.
Or Chinese
No, I don't think
food?
it's
And on that
racist.
note,
I don't think it's racist.
Stupid
at all.
fucking
On
question.
that note, major left-wing news media, even in this room, have teamed up with Chinese Communist Party narratives.
Oh my God,
and
kick her
therefore
out.
you are racist for making these claims about Chinese virus.
Get
Is it
OAN
alarming
out.
that major media players just to oppose you are consistently siding with foreign state propaganda, Islamic radicals, and Latin gays
Oh my
in Christ's
God,
house?
kick her out.
And they work right here at the White House with direct access to you and your
Like, this
team.
is what we need now.
It amazes me when I read the things that I read. It amazes me when I read the Wall Street Journal, which is always so negative. It amazes me
Murdoch.
when I read the New York
Oh,
Times. It's not
hey,
even-
Hatch.
I barely read it. You know, we don't distribute it in the White House anymore. And the same thing with the Washington Post.
Right.
Uh,
Amazon, Jeff Bezos.
Because you see, I know the truth. And people out there in the world, they really don't know the truth. They don't know what it is. They use different slogans and different concepts for me almost every week, trying to catch something. Last week it was, oh, chaos. You see me, there's no chaos. I have no chaos. I'm the one telling everybody to be calm. There's no chaos in the White House. We have unbelievable professionals. It's really, I mean, I think I came up with the term. I hope I came up with the term, but it is fake news. It's more than fake news. It's corrupt news. They write stories without calling anybody. They write a story today.
He did not come
a
up with the
couple
term
stories
fake
about-
news.
They never call me.
Fucking
How
Jon
does he know if he's not
Stewart.
reading the story?
Jon Stewart
He
was
does.
calling it fake news,
they're
calling
writing
his
stuff
own
about me
show
without
fake
even
news
asking
way before
my
Donald Trump
opinion
was
on
even
something.
fucking
It's
president of the
totally
United
fake.
States.
I've
Such a
never seen- I mean, there
douchebag.
is a story in the Wall Street Journal
Years
today
ago.
about how we've done a phenomenal job on this. The governors even Gavin Newsom, who, you know, I'm usually fighting with over the fires, and I think you should do a different kind of a job in the forests and lots of things. We argue a lot. But Gavin Newsom's been very, very generous. Andrew Cuomo's been really very generous. I mean, they're saying we're doing a great job, and everybody's saying. But then you'll read this phony story in the Wall Street Journal, or the Washington Post is going wild lately. I don't know what happened to them. I guess something happened, like we don't call them back or whatever. But the Washington Post, these are very dishonest media sources. They're very dishonest. And you know what? Someday, hopefully in 5 years, I won't be here, and that'll be fine. I will have done, I think, a great job, because I don't think anyone's done as much in 3.5
Billy, I didn't
years
see your
as
chat
I've
come through on
done.
Restream.
And the administration.
I only see it on
This
YouTube.
administration's done a
Stock
great job.
check.
But the press is very
See
dishonest.
that? You said a bitch literally
Siding with state propaganda.
just showed
Well, I
up
think
at
they
the
do.
door
I mean,
trying to
they're
sell
siding
AT&T. I just spoke to
They're
the
siding with
security
China. They are
system.
doing
Tell your
things that
boss
they shouldn't be
he's
doing.
a
They're siding
cunt
with
and
big
go
letters.
home.
China's the least of it.
I could see it on YouTube,
So
but I don't
why-
see it on
why
Restream
they're
chat.
doing this, you'll have to ask them. But if we had an honest media in this country, our country would be an even greater place. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We are very excited about. We are very excited about, specifically
Rum reservoir.
what we talked about with the chloroquine. I think it could be something really incredible. It could totally.
No, Lotta Escato. Saunas don't kill the coronavirus. And if you watch Joe Rogan, you would know that. We all know that. Everyone that watches my show knows that. But you don't watch my show enough to know that. Now you know it. And I'm not going to watch whoever the fuck you're telling me to watch. All right? Fuck them. They're an idiot. I got it from a goddamn scientist.
The beauty is, I think I can say this, Steve, the beauty is that these drugs have been out there. So the really danger part of the drugs, especially chloroquine, it's been out there for years. So we know
Almost 100 years.
it's something that can be taken safely. So it's very important.
Yeah. And that guy, High Impact, he's a fucking moron. Just, a little FYI, dude. He's a goddamn fucking moron.
These medicines presented a week ago, at least two decided maybe more. How quickly do you think you will be able to use them?
He's basically Alex Jones in
The
diapers.
president has asked us to expedite this, and what I want to assure you, because of the questions that were asked, we want to make sure that this is done well and right for the American people. The
You
president
got
is
blocked
right.
at Pac-Man?
It's an off-the-shelf drug. We do have a lot of information about the side effects.
Why'd you
and
get
stuff, so it
blocked?
really helps in terms of expediting. But I want to assure you that we're working as quickly as we can.
Trinity has
We don't
Devers
wanna
has better
speculate about a
commentary.
timeline at this point. With respect to vaccines, that's in phase 1 trial, as I mentioned. We're expecting that to proceed moving forward, and we're working with a number of different.
I haven't even seen an admin in the goddamn chat.
Phase 1 was fast.
Oh, there's-
Is it possible phase 2 and phase 3
No, I don't
can
see
be
the
fast
admins.
tracked, that we might see a vaccine before that year? You said it could potentially be a year.
This is a terrific question, and we are really trying hard at FDA to partner with great industry, great academic partners to do exactly that. No promises can be made, but one thing that we're doing is really working hard to.
Trump keeping this guy barely on.
We're going to have other times to meet. We'll be meeting, hopefully not for very
This
long.
kid's diaper
We'd like
change.
to see this get cleared up, and we think to me, this was a very important conference, because I really think there's great potential here. And a lot of people are going to be trying it soon, like literally very soon, literally in a matter of days, if not sooner in some cases. It's already being experimented with, and there's been some very good results. We'll see what happens, but if we can be even partially right, maybe we'll be fully right, but even partially right on it, this whole subject becomes a much more pleasant subject. So thank you all, and we're going over to FEMA now, so I don't know who's going, but we're going to FEMA. We're going to be discussing with the governors and lots of other people. I think that's enough. Thank
That's
you.
enough for today.
Thank you.
Cut it. Hence, making sure to grab those papers Trump's been spitting on this entire time. All right, so another press conference in the books. I do want to thank everybody who grabbed memberships while this was going on. If you're heading out and you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, remember to follow, like, and subscribe. It's free. I really do appreciate it if you're heading out. Let me quickly thank Michael Rogers, who's new member number 13 today. Monica Van Lieshout, who is new member number 14. David Latta, or Latte, who is new member number 15. Devin Shaw is number 16 at joinpacman.com. John Pineros is new member number 17. Roberta Pace, thank you Roberta, is number 18. Lisa Shelton, new member number 19, who signed up while Trump was chatting there. Renee Blaitler is new member number 20. Monica Pruett, number 21. And that is it. That is everybody. Remember, if you've been watching my show all week, you already know about chloroquine. You might even already know about chloroquine combined with azithromycin in a test. You would already know about remdesivir. You wouldn't be calling it rum reservoir, as the president did. But if you didn't, then maybe there was some news there. We've got to get back to today's production of the show. We will continue streaming the press conferences as they happen.
Wow, what a douchebag. He doesn't read super chats. What an asshole. He doesn't even say thank you for the super chats. People were giving him $20 super chats. He didn't even say thank you for that. Wow, what a dick. I would love to see you guys tweet at David Pacman. Dude, you're a dick for not thanking your super chatters. Not only did you ignore them and not read the super chats, you didn't even thank them for all the money they sent you. What a fucking piece of shit. I'm glad I don't watch him anymore. Holy shit, man. Wow. Fucking dick. Total fucking dick. lost your wrench. That's weird. You lost it. It seems like you're on another channel. But that I even apologized, Bridget. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Bridget? It's too big to thank the little people. I just it doesn't take, but a second to say thank you. Oh, we got to go work on our show. Bye. Click. I sit there and wave for fucking 10 or 15, maybe even 20 seconds at the end of every show. Just so you guys know the show is fucking over. If you've got something to say, that's the moment. You fucking better fucking say it. You guys know what's up. That motherfucker, man, he didn't say thank you. What? That's fucked up, man. Maybe you had to go pee or something. Gotta go, bye. That's just rude. Bad karma. Can I make longer show, please? Jonah Levi Cochran. That dude is an ass clown. That's why I don't watch him anymore, man. I don't watch him. Look, I stopped watching him because he has a... Number one, he didn't support Bernie Sanders at all. Number two, he spent all of his time attacking Donald Trump. Like empty Trump podiums. We talked about this repeatedly. Finally, I got so sick of it that I just stopped watching him. And he's just a dick. You know? Karsten, I don't understand why you got blocked. I really don't. My dog wants some attention. I want to pick him up. Can I pick you up, buddy? Let me pick you up.
Let me pick you up, oh, the baby boy. I love my doggy dog, my baby boy. I love him.
Mwah. Oh. Oh. Look, Samuel Wessel says Trump 2020.
Oh, come here with that big head. Come here with that big head. Yes.
Good boy. You're so good. You're so sweet. Oh, you're such a sweet boy.
Oh, snuggler. He's the snuggler.
I know. Like this. I know he's my baby. He's my baby. You gotta go? What? No? You gonna stay here? What? The moderator muted or blocked me. I don't know why. I don't know why. But oh well. I don't know, were you saying something bad? God, there's still people in there chatting. Okay, I think it's over. Yeah, let's close that. He says lowest unemployment for all. Not anymore. What's happening to the hospitality industry? What's happening to the restaurant industry, Samuel? You're about to lose millions of jobs all across the board. So what about that unemployment? Okay, check number one. Number two, median house income is rising. Samuel, while that might be true, you can't afford an emergency like this. Most Americans can't afford an emergency like this. You know, having to leave work for a couple of weeks, not have income. The government's going to have to use this socialist program, right? Your president that you love is going to have to employ a socialist program to send payments out to everybody. Yeah, it's going to pay off the people. Socialist. Nice, huh? What's next? He is draining the swamp. That's a lie. And I could block you on that alone just for lying. He's not draining the swamp, so we could block you on that. Yeah, I don't have anything. After you say he's draining the swamp, block. Now you're blocked. Because he's not. And I don't have interest in anything else you have to say now. You can't come in here and lie to me. Okay? Because once you lie, you're gone. Nothing else matters. He's not draining the swamp. We all know that. He's had to fire every single... Okay, Google. How many Trump cabinet members has Trump fired?
I can search the web for that. Just tap the search chip below.
Okay, Google. How many cabinet members has Trump fired?
Here's what I found on the web.
Okay, Google. Tell me how many cabinet members Trump has fired.
Here's a result from the web.
Oh, Rogan. Let's call him Roscoe. Rogan just ripped up my shit. Just give me a goddamn number. Why can't you just get a goddamn number? I don't know. You check out how many fucking people in the Trump administration. It's not cabinet, it's administration, my bad. Okay, Google. How many administration members has Trump fired?
Here's what I found.
Okay, I've got to go to a list. Okay, you got blocked because you wrote I was way better than Pac-Man? Really? You got blocked for saying that? Thank you, Karsten. That's awesome. Thank you. All right, let me see what it says. I'm having a hard time seeing it. I mean, he's put people in positions like Nancy DeVos, you know, in charge, and he put Ben Carson in charge of housing and urban development. You know, Nancy DeVos in charge of fucking public, in charge of education. Oh, it's a whole list of names. It's not numbers. Dude. It's a long list, man. I'm not counting all this. He's fired a shit ton of people, man. You guys, look. Watch. These are the people, man. You tell me he's drained the swamp? Look at this. These are the people he hired. Hired. These are his hirings. Remember her? Remember him? Remember that guy? Thought he was draining. I thought he was draining the swamp. I thought he drained the swamp. Huh, I thought he drained the swamp. Fired. See that red thing? It says fired. Yellow thing says resigned. Fired. That one says unknown. Resigned. Fired. Fired. Resigned. 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 Fired. Resigned. 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 Unknown. Resigned. 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 Unknown. Resigned. Fired. Fired. You know, when it says unknown, it means they either were fired or they were resigned, but it's not known. They probably have some kind of a non-disclosure agreement when they're not allowed to say, you know. He drained it of really good people. He drained the government. We all know a lot of people that were good. They were servants, public servants. He fired really good people, replaced them with swamp. I mean, that's just a fact. His administration sucks dick. I mean, look where we are with this shit. What's up, Rogan? You want to go outside? He wants something. I think he wants to go outside. You want me to play with you? How long have I been live for? All right, I better go. My dog needs attention. You guys, thank you. I'd stay, man, but my dog wants me. You guys want to watch me play with my dog? You want to play, buddy? What do you want? You want to go outside? Tell me what you want. What? Come here. You want to play?
Come here, buddy. You want to play with me? What? You want to go outside? Come here. What? Oh, baby boy. Baby boy.
What? You want to go outside? I'll take it for a... I'll leave you guys on here to chat. There's 45 of you here. You guys hang out. I'll take him outside for a little bit. I'll come right back, okay? How about that? Because I don't want to leave you guys high and dry. All right? There's no need. We're all just kind of on hold here, you know? Do you want to go outside, buddy? Is that it? You're just kind of acting weird. I'm thinking you want to go outside. Right? Come on, buddy. buddy. Good boy. Come here. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Okay, not what I really wanted you to do, but okay. All right. All right. Come here. Come on. Come on, buddy. Cold as fuck out there. What is it? 40 degrees. 39 and a half. Fucking 40 degrees out there. Ooh. Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry to leave you hanging like that. I had to take Rogan out, man. I took him for a nice walk, and so I did a little something for y'all. I made a little video for you guys while we were out, so you could see it. So you could see what we did. I thought maybe that would be nice for y'all. Hey, Larry. Thanks, Kirsten. Look how big that oak tree is he's standing next to. I gotta pull him back. I gotta pull him to make him come back. He just refuses. Hey, Danny. There it is. Oh, thanks, Edward. Oh. Yeah, I put that trail in there. Uh-huh. Yeah, I've been going through there with all kinds of stuff to make that happen. You okay, buddy? He eats so fast, man. He fucking chokes. Oh, shit. Dude, because I switched fucking, not because I switched connections. Come on, it didn't terminate the upload, did it? I was uploading that video, but I think I terminated, whatever. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. You guys smoked, though. I already smoked, man. We smoked at the beginning of the show, and I'm good. The Jack hair. It stays with me. No, I've never been to Ireland. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. No law regarding cannabis. I hope to see you on Twitter. I am Trendy as Dabbers at Twitter. So if you get on Twitter, find Trendy as Dabbers and start retweeting all my stuff. Greatly appreciate it. All right, guys. Okay, I'll see y'all later. Thanks again. Remember, go to trendyasdabbers.com for all trendy pain oil information. If you're looking to want to make your own or you want to purchase some of this, it's available there. trendyasdabbers.com. It's the best pain oil in the world. You know? What can I say? Bye. Bye, guys. Yeah, thanks, Edward. Do that. Did she test positive for the virus? Did your wife test positive for the coronavirus, bro? What's up, buddy? Okay, good. Well, good luck with that. Your dad tested positive, so now you're being checked. FIFA Master 42. Okay. Jesus Christ, man. There you go. 9,000, 10,000 people in the United States have this already. All right. Something like that. Okay, you guys. Bye, y'all. Bye.